Hey everyone, Dr. Erik here from MedBetter Health, where we educate caregivers like you about how do you take care of your loved one, your person living with dementia. All right, today we're going to talk about you, the caregiver. What are you facing all the time at nighttime? You have your mom, and it's 5 p.m., and all of a sudden mom is acting a little agitated. All of a sudden she's a little aggressive. She's confused. It's 1 a.m. and she wakes up with the same thing. And what about you? What are you thinking? You're like, I'm going to take care of mom, but at 7 a.m. you got to wake up. You're getting ready for work. Now your mind's not straight. Now you're thinking how to get through the day. Your productivity at work is down. You're getting so exhausted that you are going off at your kids, at your husband. Why? Because now you've got so much pressure. So let's identify the problem, and then I'm going to help you with some solutions. How does that sound? Come on, I want to hear it. How does that sound? I know it sounds great. All right, let's do it. So let's look at the reality. 70%, 7 out of 10, 70% of dementia caregivers struggle with nighttime sleep disturbances. Interesting. Okay. And what happens? We've described it. Folks are awake, they're wandering, they're calling out in the middle of the night. And what's the truth about this? Like, what do we understand? Well, the truth is that nighttime dementia symptoms are not a reflection of your caregiving abilities. No. It's actually the direct result of what? Of physical changes in the brain. Huh. That's interesting. So that's the first thing to understand. It's not that you're doing things wrong. It's that there's physical changes in the brain that are going on. All right. So looking further, what actually happens and what is this called? Well, very often this is called sundowning. Okay, and what kind of causes it, right? I want to know the cause, Dr. Erik, because if I know the cause, maybe I can actually battle it and fix it. All right, so number one, there's 4 things. Circadian rhythm disruption. Most of us know what a circadian rhythm is, right? We have a specific rhythm of the day, when the morning is, when the nighttime is, when we go to the bathroom. All these things are in our rhythm. As you get older, and especially if someone has dementia, that circadian rhythm gets disrupted. So that's number 1. Okay, and we'll figure out how to fix it, right? Because we don't just want to know the problem. Number 2, sensory overload. Now look, growing up, I used to listen to Tupac. I used to listen to Biggie, all rap, R&B, Tony Bennett. I love music, loud music. That was me, sensory information, and I'm loving it. But the older you get, and one of my favorite movies was The Scarface. Meet my little friend, do-do-do-do-do-do, loud noises, explosions, everything's great. But the older you get, you're not able to handle that sensory overload. It's too much, especially for someone who has cognitive impairment and dementia. Man, I used to be so strong. I used to play basketball, beat my kids. Now they're killing me, right? I'm getting tired more as I'm getting older. And I'm only 43 years old. Think about a 65, 70-year-old individual. As the day progresses, their level of stamina is decreased and they're getting fatigued. And the big one that no one talks about is more and more science is showing that when natural light is fading, that has a huge effect. Natural light, the sun, setting, the outdoors, it's dark in the home. When that fades, it has a huge effect on what? On something called sundowning. And when is the peak time? This is not like it's always going to be that time, right? But very commonly, it's 3 to 5 p.m. 3 to 5 p.m. And what happens? Well, our loved ones start to wander, start to get agitated, start to get aggressive. These are some of the things that you will see. Now, as you're listening to this, tell me, does that sound familiar? Take a minute, pause. Is that something that you, the caregiver, somewhere right now, watching in the world, whether you're in New York or in Florida or in Arizona, right, and you're listening to this, or you're in Brazil, does this sound familiar? I'm sure if I could see a show of hands, everyone would say yes. Very, very, right? And I'd like you to comment below. Comment below if this is something that you are going through, okay? So, what do you do? Dr. Erik, you told me all the problems. How do I get around it? Help me. Well, there's an thing I want you to remember, and it's called the 4 R's. Okay, 4 R's. What does that mean? Well, the first R is reassure. Okay, what does that mean? So when something happens, when there's agitation, when there's aggression, don't argue, right? Never, ever, ever argue or correct their perceptions. I've always said this, remember, the glasses that they're wearing in the world, they're seeing a very different reality than you are. Imagine someone comes to you right now and says, you're not watching Dr. Erik on YouTube or on social media right now. You're watching Michael Jackson. And someone's trying to tell you that I'm Michael Jackson. And I'm, right? But that's not, you're gonna argue. You're gonna say, what are you talking about? That's what your mom and dad, that's what the person living with dementia, they see a different reality. And when you're trying to argue with them, right? Never, never argue. I know as a caregiver, look, my mom and dad are caregivers to my 93-year-old grandma. And I know it's not easy. And I know the amount of pressure and that you have on yourself. And I know it's easier said than done. It's simple but not easy, right? But you need to stay calm. Have a soothing voice. Anytime you're aggressive, look in the mirror. If you look in the mirror and you're looking at it and you go like this, what does the mirror show you? That you're aggressive? You get the same thing back. So when you're talking to your loved one and they have dementia, mild, moderate, or severe, they still understand those social cues. And when they see that agitation, aggression on your face, they respond the same way back. So reassure, calm, soothing voice. Hi, Mom. It's okay. Oh, you see something that's a ghost? Don't worry. Let me get rid of it. Validate their feelings. Never argue. That's the first R, right? Numero uno. Number 2. Oh man, this one is a huge one. Really big. I'm going to blow it up for you guys because it's so big. Routine. What do you mean, Dr. Erik? Enforce predictability. What does that mean? Well, the same activities at the same time every day create a sense of safety and reduce anxiety. Think of yourself. If your schedule is all over the place and your boss tells you, I want you to do this one day, do that one day, do this one day, right? Ron's looking at me like, oh, that sounds like when we were starting out, right? There's anxiety because I don't know what to do. I'm all over the place. But what if I have a schedule? What if I know at 9 a.m. I record, at 10 a.m. I do this, at 11 a.m. I do that? I could take a breather. I have predictability. I know what I'm doing. I'm not anxious. Think about the person living with dementia who doesn't have control. So what you need to do is have a level of routine. They wake up the same time in the morning. When they wake up in the morning, the blinds are always open. They're closed at night, but they're always open. The sunlight comes in at 7 a.m. on the dot. For example, you could do 9 a.m. Whatever works, but a specific time. Okay, breakfast is served the same time. They sit in the same place. Lunch is the same time. We're winding down, and we'll talk about routine in a minute, but that's super important. You want to have a routine. When do they go to sleep? Routine. Okay, next. We spoke about this before as far as redirection. When you see that your loved one is fixated on one thing, but she stole my car, she stole my car, validate. Yeah, Mom, you know what? I see she stole your car. Let me take care of it. Hello, police? Can you find, oh, okay, you made a report and you found it? Amazing. Thank you very much. Stop, redirect. Hey, Mom, do you see this picture? Remember Dad when he took us to Cancun? And remember how I swam? Do you see this picture? And this is my grandkid, Samantha. Look how amazing she looks. Wow, that's great. Redirect. Because when they're agitated with one thing and you redirect them, that decreases the anxiety. Both you and for the person living. And reminiscence. Reminiscence therapy is incredible. Say Mom loves Frank Sinatra, and she always listened to Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Okay, not bad, right? Not bad. And so imagine she loves that music and then you play it for her. And when she's agitated, you play it for her. And you say, Mom, I'd love to give you a hug and dance with you because I know that's your favorite song. You and Daddy used to listen to it all the time. And then she's sitting there and she's singing Fly Me to the Moon as well, right? Wow, reminiscence therapy. Huge. Okay, moving on. The shadow effect. Guys, if there's one thing you take away from this, I want you to understand what the shadow effect is. So what happens is, as natural light fades away, visual processing in a compromised brain breaks down. Very common in a lot of the dementias. What happens then? The brain actually misinterprets shadows and patterns of reflections as physical threats or intruders. So what they're looking at, I want you to take a look at this place over here. Look at this, guys. The reality, there's a coat, there's a shadow. You and I see it as a shadow. What about a mom? Well, mom sees the coat, but what does she see? That's a monster, right? That's a monster. So they're not acting out. They're responding to the reality of their brain and what they actually see. And you're trying to tell them, that's not a monster. Not going to work. Not going to work, right? So you validate, you redirect, you take the monster out, you identify, oh, what do I got to do? Well, I got to make sure to examine the room and make sure there's no shadow and items that are appearing as something else. That's an actionable item that I want you to do tonight. As the sun fades, you're seeing that the lights are open, walk into the bedroom, take a look if there's any shadows there that may cause mom to be agitated or aggressive. Okay, the 6-hour circadian routine, interesting. And I want to go through this with you. This is so important. Number one, 3 p.m. should be the last time for caffeine. Caffeine has about a 5 to 6 hour half-life, depending on the actual amount of it. But you want to eliminate coffee, tea, chocolate, caffeine 5 to 6 hours before they go to sleep. Really? I didn't know tea had that much caffeine. Yes, every little bit contributes to the sundowning. Number two, 5 p.m. you want a light dinner. Light dinner means not a lot of food because 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, the gut is working and processing all the food. That's too much. That's work. They're not going to be able to sleep. And think about it. If I have 7 or 8 or 9 cups of water at 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m., what am I going to do at 1 a.m.? I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom. And if I go up and go to the bathroom, what happens? I'm going to wake you up as well, and I may fall down. So you should restrict, and I say heavy liquid. I'm not talking about don't give mom nothing to drink. I'm talking don't give her 7, 8 cups, right? Give her a little bit to sip, just enough, and she's good, right? At bedtime, I'm saying. During the day, you can ask your doctor how much water. Everybody has a different specific amount, right? All right. Then 6 p.m. Oh, 6 p.m. Quiet activities only. No, meet my little friend. None of that. No Tupac, no Backstreet Boys, right? I come from that day. None of that music blasting, right? No Maroon 5. None of that music blasting or TVs. Transition to low stimulation. Gentle music, very gentle, like in the spa, right? Okay, 7 p.m. warm bath. It's a routine. Now, some of you may not be able to do a warm bath every single night, right? Each case is different. Someone has mild dementia, moderate, severe dementia, it may be a whole battle. And by the way, I have a video you could look up here or look in the comments that we talk about what happens when mom doesn't want to take a shower. What do you do? You could look at that video. It's in the comments or the link above over here in YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. So 7 p.m. warm bath. The subsequent drop in body temperature physically mimics natural sleep onset. When you go to the bath, you get heated initially, you come out, you cool off, and you're ready to go to bed, right? So mom's ready to go to bed. 8 p.m., dim the lights, close the blinds, turn off overheads, use warm, gentle lighting. Block the blue light from screens, TVs, iPads, right? Mom's sitting with 4 hours before she goes to sleep on the blue light on an iPad. Don't want to do that, right? And then consistent. The key word is consistent. Consistent bedtime, 9 p.m. Same time, same pajamas. Obviously, you're going to wash them because, you don't want to have the same pajamas and never wash. Same consistency, same thing, okay? Now, how many of you guys are listening are finding this helpful? Right? Think about it. How incredible. Again, this stuff is simple, but not easy. It takes discipline. And if you do this, and you're not going to be able to solve this overnight, but if you do a little bit every day, what do they say? You can't eat an elephant all at once. You eat it in little chunks, right? That's the saying. So it's the same thing here. Now, this is one of the most important slides. And I think we could even make a separate video about, starting from here, actually, about this point here, right? And this is about the $50 to $100 nighttime safety floor plan. So important, all right? Let's start. Number one, pathways. Make sure that you don't have things cluttered and small pathways where mom's going to walk and she can barely get through with her walker and she's going and she falls down, breaks her hips, and it's capiche, it's over, right? Make sure that there's a clear, at least 36-inch wide path from the bed to the bathroom. Remove all throw rugs. You want to remove all the things from there, right? So she's not falling. Number two, important, guys, lighting. Install battery-operated, motion-activated night lights along the floor path. Remember I said it should be kind of dark? Because if it's light, she's not going to be able to sleep. Okay, Dr. Erik, but what if she gets up and she's trying to walk? She's going to fall because it's too dark. Oh, if I have motion-activated along the path to the bathroom, lights that when she puts her foot down and she starts walking, the lights go on, that's a game changer. True game changer. All right, very important. Number two, security. Place, I love this one, very non-expensive. Place a magnetic door alarm on the bedroom or exit doors that chime if mom wanders. So if you're kind of nervous about mom leaving her bedroom at night, right, and taking a knife or doing something in the kitchen or starting, and you want to be notified, the door has a magnetic chime. They open and go ding, 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 ding. You get notified, right? So you know. That's a practical thing. That's a lifesaver. Then, observation, video cameras, right? To make sure you got the cameras on, you're looking at what mom's doing, you get notified if there's motion at night, your phone rings and going ding, 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 right? So that you know so she doesn't fall, right? If mom's living alone and she has mild dementia and you're not sure, so something along those lines. Obviously controlled, so when she goes to the bathroom, you're not waking up as well and you're having peace of mind, which we have another video about that in a little bit. And this is a big one. Install wall stud grab bars near the toilet and shower. Never suction, right? The suction ones, they will fall down. It's the actual hardcore installation. You always want to begin with the end in mind. And we know the end, we know how many seniors fall. So if I know that, what if I put grab bars where the shower is, where the toilet is, lifters, right? I know that's going to prevent the fall. I know that's going to prevent a 2-week hospitalization for you and mom and surgery and all the stuff that goes along with it. So those are the top tips that are super, super, super important. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These videos are really meant to educate you, the caregiver. Because for many, many years, we always thought about the patient. But what we never thought about was you, the caregiver. You, the one who doesn't sleep at night. You, the one who doesn't take care of themselves because now you're taking care of mom or dad or another loved one. And Medicare finally woke up, right? God bless them. They're doing an incredible job. They woke up and they said, we have to focus on the caregiver. And what do? Well, let's create a new program and test it out. What's the name of the program? The name of the program is called the GUIDE model. It stands for Guiding an Improved Dementia Experience. Okay, what does it do? Well, you the caregiver out there, you get two things. Number one, you get respite. Dr. Erik, what does respite mean? Respite means that if you're exhausted and you need to take a break, and I'll give you an example. Let's say you'd love every Sunday for 4 hours on a Sunday that someone could come and sit home with mom and do the things that you would usually do, but instead another private duty home care agency would do it and you would get relief. You can go play golf, you can go have dinner with your family, go out with your girlfriends, with your boyfriends, hang out while someone is watching mom. Wow, you could do that? And Medicare pays for it? Yes. As of 2024 until 2032, so it's an 8-year program, right? And we're recording in May of 2026, you are able to receive this benefit of the program. What else do you get? Well, imagine if it's 10 p.m. and you don't know what to do and mom's acting a little strange and there's a shadow and she thinks she sees a ghost, and you could call a hotline number 24/7 and someone will walk you through each step of the way. Wow. And Medicare covers it? Yeah. And I don't have to change my insurance? No. And I don't have to change my doctor? And everything stays the same? Really? I'm in. Where do I sign up, right? You're thinking, where do I sign up? So, two things. Number one, take a look at a link right over here. You'll go to that link and you'll be able to see there's a video that talks about the guide model. It's a 5-minute video. There's a form to fill out, super simple form. You fill it out, we receive it, we reach out to you. Now, if you're watching on a place where you can't click on the link, look down at the comments below, and it's in the description as well. Either in the comments or in the description, you'll see that link. Click on it. I'm telling you, it will change your life. Believe me, if you found today's information helpful and you found what I taught you here, this ain't nothing compared to the value that you will receive as being part of the guide model. God bless you. Dr. Erik here, and I'll talk to you soon.